Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. The first of the series we put on a handheld device and a console, which at the time of its announcement was pretty huge. Granted, the 3DS version is pretty low quality and not as liked as much as the Wii U version is. They are both great versions of the game. And although I did spend more time on the 3DS version of the game rather than the Wii U version, even though I didn't get a Wii U until early summer of 2016, but in this video, I'll be covering the Wii U version of the game. But before we begin, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and maybe even share this video with a friend. And with all that said, let's get this started. In the distant past of the year 2011 at E3, a new Smash Bros. Was announced for the 3DS and the Wii U. And that was about it. We didn't hear anything else about it at E3. Just that there will be a new Smash Bros. And it would be on those devices. Fast forward to E3 2013, and we finally got to take a look at the new and upcoming game. It started out to be as a fake out to what seemed to be a new Animal Crossing game. But, boom, it hit us, and it was finally the moment we were waiting for, a new Smash Bros. We got Villager as our first newcomer, which some people were kind of confused about. But hey, we got a release date for both versions to take place in 2014. We also got confirmation that Mega Man and Wii Fit Trainer would be joining the battle as well. And that was it for E3 2013. Later, the December 2013 Nintendo Direct, Rosalina and Luma were revealed, and later in February of 2014, Little Mac was announced, and people were hyped. A little over a month later, we got our first Smash Bros. Direct, a Nintendo Direct to be solely focused on the new Smash game. We got info when the game would release for the 3DS later that summer, and later in the winter for the Wii U version. During the Direct, Nintendo showed off items, stages, trophies, etc. And we got to the trailer at the end revealing Charizard to be a standalone fighter, which not too many people are happy about the exclusion of Pokemon trainers Squirtle and Ivysaur. But in that same reveal trailer, people somehow mixed up Shadow Ball with the water type move and thought Mewtwo was being announced. But they got hit with a big FU and Greninja was revealed. Later in the year, it was announced that the Wii U version would be using the GameCube controllers via adapter, which was huge. And then at E3 2014 rolled by, and the coolest fucking trailer of Reggie and Iwata in combat aired. It was really awesome, and that served as the reveal trailer for the Mii Fighters, and the slight look at the amiibo function and the game would have. Later on, the 3DS version was announced to be released on October 3rd, 2014. Whatever happened to summer, we don't know, but that's what the date we got. And we got an anime-style cutscene that revealed Palutena and Dark Pit, which I found pretty awesome. I mean, the fight between Link and Pit was really cool. You gotta admit that. And then later at a roundtable, Pac-Man was announced, and of course he was gonna get in. Namco's working on the game, so why wouldn't he? Later in July, we got a live stream which would just showcase a reveal trainer for Lucina and Robin. And before the game launched on 3DS, Shulk was revealed, and unless you were Japanese or a huge weeb like me, or just watched Checker Conroy, also like me, you had no idea who Shulk was. A short while before the game released on 3DS, there was a demo version that came out, and boy did I play the heck out of that game. Later, the full 3DS version released, and we all had fun, but still had speculation about the game that the Wii U version would end up being. We ended up getting a 50-fact extravaganza to answer most of our questions, and at the end of that, Mewtwo was announced to be DLC for the game next spring. And everyone pretty much reacted like Etika. Mewtwo! Holy shit! Holy shit! Mewtwo! My dick! My dick! And then the Wii U version launched on November 21st, 2014. It was a long wait, but goddamn, this game is great. And later within the years, we got an announcement for all the rest of the DLC. Ryu, Roy, Lucas, Corrin, Cloud, Bayonetta. And with that, now it's actually time to talk about the game itself. So, let's get started with that. This game is phenomenal. The game is great aesthetically, there are a lot of characters to choose from, and the music is great. But I suppose first we'll talk about the standard Smash modes. This was one of the best versions of Smash. It ran faster than Brawl, and even though Melee fans hated it for not being as fast as Melee, or being Melee in general, the gameplay was great. The game was in HD for the first time ever, and there were quite a few ways you could Smash with friends or bots. There was Amiibo which you could use to train, give gear, and customize, and you could even level it up in battle. There was also 8-player Smash, which was a series first to go over the 4-player limit, although you can only play that mode on a select few stages, but it was great for parties and social gatherings. There was also Special Smash where you could throw in your own twist on the matches, like making everyone huge and wear bunny ears and have a curry effect. There was also the option to give stamina mode, to give the game a bit more of a new direction. Oh, and let's not forget the items, like assist trophies and Pokeballs and other kind of wacky shit. And of course, the huge arsenal of Final Smashes. These Final Smashes are awesome. Some of the transformations you can control, some are quick and to the point, some are flashy as hell, and some even have sort of a cutscene to it. Each one is unique and can definitely change the course of the match. All in all, the casual experience for this game was quite good. Oh boy, Smash Tour, is this the new story mode? No, it's not. Smash Tour was kind of like a board game style sort of minigame where you could play with 3 other players and walk around the board gathering fighters and stat boosts and other items and whatnot. But if you bumped into another character, you would duke it out and skill your foes' fighters if you win, or lose your fighters if you lose. And at the end, everyone would use their fighters that they've collected in an all-out brawl until only one player was left standing. I didn't bother to do a full session of this because this is just boring, and Smash Run on the 3DS version is way cooler than this. There's honestly not much to say other than that it was boring, and the only purpose I used for this was to unlock a character, and I never really played this game mode ever again. In the Games and More section, you have an option between solo and duos, but they're pretty much the same in content except solo mode. There was a Master and Crazy Orders, but I'll get to that later. But first we're going to focus on Classic Mode. Now, Classic Mode was pretty much boring. All it was just random fights, and most of them were like 8-player Smash sections or just one-on-one fights. Nothing too extra. There was no extra game modes like, break the targets or board the platforms like in the older games. But if you did play on a higher difficulty, or on the highest difficulty, you'd be able to face Master Core, and then he has a final form known as Master Fortress, which was pretty cool. But I never played that high of a difficulty, or played Classic that much, so I never got to do the Master Fortress thing. But I found Classic mode pretty boring, so I didn't end up doing that high of a difficulty. Now All-Star mode is pretty neat. You fight characters in a chain of matches from newest character chronologically to the oldest of the Nintendo characters. And the area between matches was nice, and in the background you got to see all the characters you've beaten so far. Neat little bits and all, but not that much to talk about. Now, Special Orders is pretty cool. You can choose between Master Orders or Crazy Orders. Master Orders is pretty easy. It gives you an interesting match to play, and you only have to beat one, and bada bing, bada boom, you win your prize. Crazy Orders is the same, but it challenges you to see how many challenges you can beat in a row until you decide to finish up with the battle against Crazy Hand. Nothing crazy special about the two, but it did give me something to do if I was tired of online or normal Smash matches. Events are a cool thing that has yet again made another comeback, bringing different scenarios like having the 4 colors of the 4 Swords Link fight, or having the original 8 characters in Smash duke it out in 8-player Smash, or even having a princess fight between Zelda and Peach. I sadly did not play a lot of this mode, and I regret not playing it more because there's a lot of cool scenarios to play out, and it keeps things fresh with the matchups. Smash Stadium is back, and we have all the favorites. We got Multi-Man Smash, we got Home Run Contest, and we got, Target Blast? Yeah, Target Blast was the replacement for Break the Targets. Pretty much you just beat the hell out of a bomb for like 10 seconds and smash it away in an area for it to explode. If you rack up enough points, cool. If not, oh well. Yeah, people enjoyed this about as much as they enjoyed Smash Tour. What I'm saying is, bring back Break the Targets. Multi-Man Smash is back, and instead of fighting shapes of other characters, you fight your Miis as different Mii fighters, and every 25 characters you beat, a normal fighter drops in to challenge you during the mayhem, which adds to the fun. You got the mode where you try to beat 10 or 100 enemies the quickest. You got a mode where you try to defeat as many enemies as possible in a 3-minute and endless Smash mode. There's also the hard one known as Cruel Smash. Oh, and you can also play against a friend, or a bot, to complete to see who can beat the most enemies. It's all fun, and it's a nice way to challenge yourself. Now, Home Run Contest seems to be everyone's favorite. You pretty much just beat the hell out of a sandbag and then launch his ass right before time runs out, and see how far you can launch him. It's great because all you can do is all sorts of tricks and combos to rack up damage and try to aim for the farthest launch. Great fun and neat way to try out combos too. Now, custom was a neat idea, not many players messed with it though. except when creating a Mii fighter, but getting all the special custom moves for each character was just a drag and mostly just random, so it was tedious on that part. Plus, custom moves weren't allowed in tournaments, and Mii fighters had to use the default moveset, so I didn't mess with it that much with custom mode. Stage Builder made a comeback from Brawl, and this time you got to use the Wii U gamepad to draw the stage, but the lack of things you can put in it was pretty boring, so I never really used it till now. I still prefer Brawl's Stage Builder to this one though. The vault was pretty nice. The trophy collection was massive, and there was a shop where you could buy trophies every day with the gold you earned playing the game. Trophy Rush was an interesting addition for the trophies. It was basically where you fill up a meter by breaking boxes, and when the meter fills up, a barrage of coins, custom moves, and trophies you can try to collect within a short span of time would spawn, and you'd pretty much just have to try to collect it within that time. It was okay, I played it a few times, but I just preferred just to buy the trophies from the shop. Replays, of course, let you view replays you saved from online play or even from other modes. You could also post your replays to the Miiverse and YouTube, but Miiverse died a while ago, so we'll just move on from that. The album was pretty much the same thing as well, but instead of videos, it was screenshots you took, and they could only be uploaded to the Miiverse. That's about it. Movies is where you could pretty much just watch all the character reveal trailers, and the little congratulations screens every time you finish classic mode with a different fighter. Other than that, that was about it. As for the sound menu, it's great. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I don't really need to go over records, but it is just a place where you and your fighter and play records are held. That's about it. You know how you go to play a match and the game shows you a tip on the loading screen? Well, this is where they come from. It's a tip menu. It gives tips and little trivia info about different fighters, so if you don't know much, check it out. You may learn something. The masterpieces. A neat little tidbit where you can play timed demos of classic games you love, or maybe you never even played. Stuff like Mario, Zelda, Kid Icarus, F-Zero, Kirby, Pac-Man, and Pilotwings. If you never played the real games, well, there's your chance to try out these classics. Except Earthbound, because for some reason they decided to time you in a slow-starting RPG. Throughout your time playing the game, you might complete some challenges naturally, like build a custom stage, or collect 300 unique trophies, and so on. Clearing challenges rewards you with different things like a special move or a stage or even a trophy or even music. It all varies with the challenges. I didn't get much of these done, but trust me, I plan to complete it in Ultimate. Oh yeah, you could connect your 3DS to your Wii U game. All you could do is just use your 3DS as a controller or send over a Mii. That was about it. I kinda wish Nintendo did more with this thing, like getting special stages for connecting or something else, but this is all we got. Well, on to the next topic. Online, where most of my time was spent on this game. First there was Conquest, which was a neat little side thing where you could choose a team and play a character on the team for glory and earn points. And if your team wins, you can earn gold. In Spectate, you can wager gold on a match and bet whatever team or person will win. Nothing too special. You can play online with friends who don't live nearby or just live out of state or country, which is nice. And there was two other modes, on with anyone. Had being for fun, which was not fun due to extreme lag and constantly being targeted if you chose something like Bayonetta or Cloud. And then for glory, which with the one mode everyone chose being 1v1. It was a nice thing because you got to face up against one opponent on an Omega version of the stage you're on, and that's where most of my time went. Either you fight a really good player or you play against someone as good as you or a fucking spammer. Oh yeah, and Cloud and Bayonetta pretty much took over this game. Before we end this video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my history with this game. And instead of trying to like edit it all together, I'm just going to do this as a raw recording. Yeah, cannot talk today. Well, in the beginning, Smash Bros. Came out, and I did not have a 3DS, and that's when the 3DS version came out. My friends were all playing the demo, having a great time together. But then, of course, the 3DS version itself came out. Still kind of went without a 3DS. My family was always usually tight on money, so that was always usually a problem. And then Smash Wii U came out during the holiday, and by the time Christmas hit, I finally got a Nintendo DS, but it was a Nintendo 2DS, which was fine by me. As long as I could play 3DS games, it was for me. I spent most of the time playing Pokemon X anyways. And later on in the school year, a friend of mine who said he didn't find the game very fun, he gave it to me for free, which I am very thankful for. I had a lot of great memories of that game. I put in a lot of hours into that game, the 3DS version specifically. And then, I started, playing the game. I unlocked all the characters. Yeah. I actually ran Classic Mode and All-Star Mode through every character in that version. And played Smash Run a lot with friends. I had a great time. My main at the time was Ike. I sort of played it competitively, but not so much. Like, I was still a casual Smash player, but I played with the competitive rules with my friends because that's what they all played. And then about sometime in late 2014, early 2015, my friend became homeless. He was a really close friend of mine, and I let him stay at my house. And he was there pretty much until we graduated from high school. But before then, there was one night I saw him playing on his 3DS. He was playing Smash Bros. I asked him what he was doing, and he said he had an assignment to do. I was very confused by this, because I'm like, dude, you're playing Smash Bros. What do you mean assignment? We don't have Smash Bros. Assignments at school. What are you talking about? He was like, no, I'm in a clan. And an assignment we're doing is me and one other person will have me and one other person will have 10 matches against each other. And then at the end, whoever wins, but, we'll write a little thing about what they need to improve and what we need to improve as a player. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. What is this from? He's like, oh, it's my gaming clan. And, after a little bit of work, my friend got me into the clan that was known as the Mantle Servants Clan, or as MSC. Now, if you were a viewer of my channel before now, a couple of years ago, you probably noticed sometimes I'd put up videos on YouTube known as like MSC Viper versus this, but that was just because that's how I had to upload the videos to our group. Was I had to upload it to YouTube through the Miiverse, and then I would download the video, and then I would take it down and then send it to our group. But anyways, this clan started out as a Clash of Clans clan, from what I've heard. But when I joined in, they had branched out to a second game known as Super Smash Bros. Most of the players played in the 3DS version, and it was quite a great place to hang out with other people. I made a lot of new friends. Specifically, one of my close friends was Casey, and also Yoshin. And there was also a few other people who were just really good at the game. Like, we have this one guy, I'm not going to state his name, but he was really good at the game. No matter who he picked, he always just kind of seemed to destroy. It was pretty crazy. I was with the clan for a while, but before I met Casey and Yoshin, I was still sort of like one of the more OG players in the clan. After being in the clan for a few months, I left due to me losing interest in Smash Bros., especially in the competitive scene. It just wasn't doing it for me anymore. Plus, I was also playing X and Y, and I really wanted to get back into competitive Pokemon from my earlier Black and White days and Diamond and Pearl days. So I did a lot of that, and then I picked up Smash Bros. For 3DS again, playing it with friends, and I realized, like, man, this game is really fun. I don't know why I put this game down. So I rejoined the clan about a month later, and there are a little bit of changes. They added a Wii U and 3DS ladder, noting to the people who only had 3DSs or Wii U's for the version that they had. And this is also where I met a couple of my friends that I'm continuing to talk to today, that I mentioned earlier, Casey and Yoshin. I will leave a description to Yoshin's channel in the description, so there's that as well. Played the game a lot again, and then I especially decided to start branching out to the Wii U version as well, because the year I graduated in 2016, one of my best friends, Void Senpai, he sold me his Wii U and his Smash Brothers game for the Wii U, because he was wanting to get a PlayStation 4. And I was pretty much stoked about it. Of course, later that year they announced the Nintendo Switch. I mean, I'm like, wow, cool. Yeah, of course, they would announce a new system after I got the one that I've been wanting for a while. Granted, the Wii U didn't have that many great games, though, but that's not what we're talking about today. Anyways, back to the clan. The clan was pretty fun, but after a while, everything kind of just started getting a little demanding. It was always like, oh, you have to actually complete this scheduled match today, or there'll be a penalty. Like, you could possibly get kicked out of the clan. I'm like, man, I just joined this clan because it was fun, and it was a great way to, join people. I'm like, yes, I get that it was, it's a Smash clan. You're supposed to take the game more seriously, which I did get. I did do that, but video games shouldn't be like where they end up being a chore. Like, I still want to have fun playing it. And of course, some competitive players like Zero, M2K, Rio, and other smashers like that, of course, they take it very seriously and competitively, but they also have fun while playing the game. And there are other people who are more small-time players who play the game competitively, but just only look at it as a competitive game, which I kind of thought was very boring. I almost thought about leaving the clan, but I ended up becoming the representative for the next branch that went out for Pokemon. So I ended up staying, especially in the Smash version of the clan as well. And we got a new member who was actually, I believe he was an anchor or something, or a news reporter for a Fox channel. I don't remember what number it was, but I'm gonna keep his name secret just in case if you happen to know that news reporter. He did give us a shout out, so if, on one of his things he talks about CEO, and he actually did a shout out for Mantle Servants Clan, which was pretty cool. I thought that was really nice. And he wasn't that great at Smash, but yet again, neither was I. We had a couple matches, and our leader started getting skeptical of him just for some reason I don't really remember why. All I remember is one day he was supposed to have a match with this one new person who was pretending to be a girl for one. They decided neither of them contacted each other except for when the one anchor dude decided to tell the girls like, oh yeah, I can't do it today, I have work and everything, maybe we can do it this day. And the leader came to the guy and told him that, oh, how come you haven't done the matches yet? And I was like, well, I decided that I'm not going to do it now. I'll have to do it another day. The leader asked him for his messages, which, I mean, he can't really do that. I mean, sure, he is the leader of the clan, but that doesn't make him, able to look at everyone else's messages. He doesn't have that kind of power. He's just a guy who owns a clan, and if you get removed, oh well. I mean, it's just a Facebook clan. That's what it really much was. We were all connected by Facebook. The guy refused. The anchor guy refused, and the guy said that he was lying to him, even though the anchor guy said he didn't want to show off, his stuff or his conversations with other people, because that was against his beliefs of, invading other people's privacy or showing messages to other people. I didn't really get too much of it, but I understood what he meant. Then he was then kicked out of the clan, and everyone in the clan was demanded to block the guy. I, however, did not, and neither did my friend Yoshin, who was also in the clan as well. Very good Yoshi main. He was actually our graphic designer at the time as well, so he was in the hierarchy. And, normal clan members, they were told to ban him, but they wouldn't get penalized for not doing so. But if you were in the hierarchy, like me and Yoshin were, we would pretty much be kicked out of the hierarchy for not blocking a guy. Because he thought, he would, go around and reveal secret information about the clan. I'm like, dude, it's literally just a clan where people play Smash Bros. Together. There's literally nothing he could leak about us except for something in our personal lives, but nobody really told him about our personal lives. Not much you can really get from Facebook either, especially if some of the people in the clan were, never posted a picture of themselves or whatever else. Either way, all this blew out of proportion. And after that, the graphic designer Yoshin decided to leave. And he ended up making another group chat with my friend Casey, as I mentioned before, and actually a few other ex-members of the clan that are still in there today. And I ended up joining in shortly after I left the clan as well, because I found everything just to be too demanding, and it was just nothing but work for the clan, and I found the game, I just kind of quit playing the game for a while. It was really sad because I enjoyed playing the Wii U version. I only really got on it whenever I played online with my friends on group chat, from the clan, which we did quite a while. We did for quite a while, but after that, we just kind of died down, and we still chat chatted all the time, but we never really played any games together. I think the one game we did play together was possibly, well, you know, I don't even know. It wasn't even Smash. When Fortnite came out, we played that a little bit. But, yeah, nothing too special. But either way, I had a lot of history with this game in that clan specifically, because that's where I played the game the most when it came to playing with other people and meeting new friends. Although the clan was pretty toxic and very, I don't even know what to call it, very demanding, I would say. It's kind of like you were just under a dictatorship in that clan. I did find it, you know, pretty enjoyable at times. I met a lot of great people. It was fun, and I'm glad to have met all these people. And with Smash Ultimate, I plan on meeting a bunch of other people and becoming friends with them as well, because Smash Brothers is a game that can bring people together. I know a lot of people with Rage usually tend to think of it as a game that, you know, destroys friendships like Mario Kart or Monopoly. Or, you know, just other fighting games like, oh, I got my ass kicked, so clearly our friendship's over. But, you know, it's a great way to make friends. I made a lot of my friends through Smash Bros, and I plan to make more in Smash Ultimate. And, yeah, that was pretty much my Smash experience, mostly with the clan. But, yeah. Well, content-wise, that's all there was for Smash for Wii U had to offer. All in all, great game, by far my favorite Smash game except for when Ultimate comes out. And even though there was a lack of an adventure mode, the game was pretty fun, with neat little things you could do, but after a while, it got boring, even online play, especially when the final wave of DLC came out and one took over doubles and the other took over singles. It was the same shit with the current meta, which is why I haven't touched this game in like a year. But now that Ultimate is out, I'm hoping to do everything that it has to offer. Even though this game didn't have much content-wise, it was fun for the few years we had this game. But with this video finally being complete, I can finally say, thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see you all in Smash Ultimate.